mwe mwese rero mukomeje gukurikira televiziyo Rwanda. Okay. cyangwa se ishobora kugendera ku buzima bw'abaturage. Nkaba rero ndi kumwe n'umwe mu bantu bakora muno mushinga. I'm glad to have you, Mr. Justin, on Rwanda television. As you see, we are live, and he is touring around, explaining how these drones work, operate, and the importance of these drones. Because we've been working for long, and the importance of this new technology in Rwanda, I think it's the first technology using this kind of technology in Rwanda, even in the whole world, transporting blood. I'd love to know how are these units recorded, and how this blood is being received by hospitals. How this technology really works.
Yes, well, first off, thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you. And this is a very exciting day because, as you pointed out, Rwanda is now leading the world in innovation. This is the world's first drone delivery service. And it's not starting in the United States or Western Europe, it's starting in Rwanda. So Rwanda is truly blazing a path forward for the rest of the world, and is providing an outstanding example of what's possible when forward-thinking leadership takes initiative. Right now we're seeing President Kagame looking at the blood storage area. Here we take deliveries from the medical warehouses in Kigali and other areas of the country. We bring blood and store it here at very, very safe refrigerated temperatures. What will happen is hospitals across the country, when they need blood, they will be able to by their cell phone. The orders are then received here at the base in Muhanga. We take blood from this very facility that we're looking at right now. And here you see the box, or you saw the box just a second ago. That box will be loaded with blood, very safely packaged. We'll probably very soon see that they'll wrap that blood up with a lot of padding, a lot of protection to make sure that it's safe while being transported, which is a very key part of making sure that you can safely deliver blood from one place to another.
So, which means how safe? Because when we see the blood coming from Kigali, being dropped here or being transferred to Muhanga, where these hospitals will be benefiting from this blood, how is this going to cut down the cost that RBC has been using transporting blood from Kigali to different hospitals?
That's a really excellent question. Well, number one, it will save time. In many places that we'll serve, they're up to 7 in a straight line. It will take us somewhere around 30 minutes to get there if you were to drive in a car on a good day with no rain.
Sorry to cut you short. Can you please really explain to us why this technology that you're explaining to His Excellency?
Yes, so right now they're looking at the plane, and the plane is going through the process of being prepared for flight. So they're checking all of the instruments to make sure that the wings and the guidance systems and the navigation and the GPS are ready for flight so that they know that when they put that plane on the launcher and it takes off, it will safely reach its destination and deliver the blood.
How safe is the plane once there's heavy winds and heavy rain? How
Absolutely.
safe?
That's one of the most amazing parts of this technology is that it can fly in heavy winds and heavy rains. So even if it's a rainy day, we'll be able to take off and get blood where it needs to go.
And why did you choose this location of Muhanga?
Because of its central location, it's an ideal place to reach many different parts of the country. We're right now in this first phase serving the western half of Rwanda from this to deliver blood to 21 clinics across the western half of the country.
Mr. Justin, and how will this technology impact the way of doing business in Rwanda, even in the whole world?
Well, we certainly hope that it will transform the way healthcare is delivered here in Rwanda, and think that Rwanda's innovative work will help her possible. So now they're looking at the planes ready for launch. We are outside close to the launcher, which works almost like you want to think of it like a slingshot.
Yeah.
It helps shoot the plane into the air very fast so they can achieve high speeds very quickly.
And how many minutes does it take to launch it?
How many, sorry, repeat the
Minutes
question?
does it take to launch the plane?
The pre-flight check process is usually just a couple of minutes. So right now, obviously, because we're going through the process of demonstrating all of the
Launching
technology and
site.
talking about the different features, it's not taking 2 minutes today. But if we're on a business day and we're getting blood requests and blood deliveries, we have that blood from the
nk'uko
refrigerator
mubireba
into the
aka
plane
niko kadege
and have
kitwa
that plane
Zip.
launched within just a few minutes.
Today, how many vehicles do you have? Are they enough? Are they really enough to supply blood in all hospitals?
That's right. Once the base is fully up and running, we will have 21 transfusion clinics across the country, and we expect that we'll be making between 50 and 150 flights a day.
So I think this is the second international firm to express interest in rolling out the technology in Rwanda. Why?
Well, President Kagame's, I think, vision for the country and his commitment to adopting.
Sorry to cut you short. Now
Yes.
they're going to launch, I think. They're
We're-
going to show His Excellency how they launch the plane.
That's right. Now we're approaching the launcher. We
Now
have.
he's putting on glasses. Wow.
That's right. We always safety is very important here,
Oh,
so we
that's
want to
great.
make sure that the president and everyone else who comes close to the planes is safe. Standing right next to the president is Keller Renato. He's the CEO of Zipline, so
Okay.
he's explaining to him the process of launching the plane.
So this young man, I see Abdul. I think it's called Abdul.
Abdul, yep.
Did you train him about to use all these technologies?
Abdul is absolutely a key member of the team.
Wow.
He's from here in
He's
Rwanda,
from Rwanda.
and is one of the most outstanding members of the operation here. So Abdul is part of the flight operations team. Right now, Abdul and Keller are explaining to President Kagame how flight operations work and how they load the plane onto the launcher and make it ready to launch and make a delivery.
So I can see they're using, I think, an iPad.
That's right.
Can't it run out of battery?
No, it's plugged in, so
It's
it's
plugged in.
charging. Yes, but
So-
it is amazing to think that this entire operation.
What about the plane itself? Does it use fuel, or
It uses a lithium-ion battery.
and how long can it last?
The plane can make a flight of 150 kilometers round trip on just one charge.
Oh wow, perfect. Then the CEO is explaining, I think, to His Excellency. So what about that thingy, this light?
That's right. When the light is red, that means the plane is not ready to launch. After they go through the correct processes and checks, we will see the light turn green, at which point we know
Oh, wow,
it's time to launch the
good.
plane, and there it's
Wow,
off.
Wow.
You see how quickly it goes.
Wow. That's good. So which means now the president has officially launched the medical delivery drone in Rwanda, and this is his first kind in the whole world. How excited are you?
I think you can feel the excitement. It's palpable. There are smiles on everyone's faces. There's lots of energy in this area.
Wow. So is it going to drop the blood, or?
Yes, so right now we are seeing the plane make a flight pattern around the base area. It will, every time the plane is approaching a clinic, before it makes a drop, it will do a couple of circles around the area because it's calculating the wind speed and the air conditions, so it knows exactly when and where to drop the package. So we'll see the plane take a couple of flights around, and then it will drop the package. We'll see it come out. It lands with, it comes out and flies with a parachute, which is pretty amazing. Most people aren't expecting that, so it comes as a great surprise.
Wow. So you said how long this plane can go around in the sky?
Well, it will just take it on for missions. This plane can fly up to 70 kilometers an hour, and it has a range of 150 kilometers round trip.
And how much blood can this plane distribute maybe per day?
So each flight can carry 2 units of blood, which is enough to save a person's life. But total, we believe that the fleet will be able to make 150 flights a day across the country.
So which means they are still waiting for the plane to land?
It
Is it
lands.
like a normal plane that we normally see?
You know, that's an excellent question. It's not. It lands at, like planes land on a military aircraft carrier. There, if you're a boat out at sea and a plane has to take off, you have to do it from a very short space. And the same is true from right here at our base. We have to take off and land from a very small space. So the plane will deploy a hook, catch a wire, and then land on a air mattress.
Today, the president has officially launched this medical delivery drone. We want to know, is there any other drone port, because we only see one here in Muhanga? So when do you intend to construct more ports, and how many do you intend to construct?
Our hope is that in early 2017, early next year, we'll construct a second drone port to serve the western half of the country. So with just 2 drone ports here in Rwanda, we'll be able to put all 11 million citizens in this country with an easy and fast access to life-changing healthcare.
I have this question, Mr. Justin. What's the overall aim of this technology in Rwanda?
To help bring world-class quality healthcare within easy reach of every citizen in the world.
And why did you choose Rwanda?
I think it's pretty obvious. Rwanda has an amazing vision for how technology can change the way governments help their citizens and the way we improve lives across the board. This was the perfect place to start.
After Rwanda, where do you intend to also take this technology?
Well, we hope to expand to countries across Africa and the world. But the most important thing is it all begins here.
So how are you going to pass over this new technology in order to the young generation who are studying science and technology in Rwanda?
Yeah, I think it's an incredible opportunity.
Wow, now it's going to land, I think.
It's making a package drop.
Now it
We
has
see
dropped the package. Wow, perfect. This is how it drops blood.
That's right. And we saw a perfect drop with a perfect landing.
In how many meters?
About 10 meters.
About 10 minutes. And how safe?
Very safe. The blood is perfectly safe. And, a technician will, once the blood is delivered, open up the box, test the blood to make sure that it's still at a safe temperature. And when it passes those tests, will immediately be used to help treat a patient.
Once the phone of a doctor on a certain hospital X maybe runs out of battery, how can he at least request for blood in case they need this blood? Did you plan, or is there any plan B of how to really communicate to some hospitals in case there's no electricity? Because some rural places this challenge of electricity.
Right. Well, we always have to build in multiple systems for security and safety to make sure that we can always communicate with the hospitals no matter what the conditions are. We're constantly working through that process and committed to making sure that whenever somebody needs a delivery, we're there to help.
Today you started with 5 hospitals, and then how do you intend even to reach other part of Rwanda? Now you started with 5. How is the process going? In which period of time?
That's a great question. The clinics, the 21 clinics that will serve across the western half of the country, will be coming online in groups over the course of a couple of weeks. So very shortly, we'll be serving all 21. And our hope is that as soon as possible, early in 2017, we'll establish another base in the western part, in the eastern part of the country, and help serve all of Rwanda's citizens.
Mr. Justin, blood products require storage and transport at safe temperatures. How did you plan for this?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Number one, we have a world-class storage facility where the blood is kept and refrigerated in very safe temperatures. And two things are important factors. We store the blood cold enough to where even if it gets slightly warm at any different point, it's still within very safe temperatures. And two, our planes are so fast that the flight times are very short. So we have safe, refrigerated blood ready to use and able to get it to just about any clinic in the western half of the country in about 30 minutes.
I asked you this question before, but I want maybe to clarify more. During lengthy rainy season, long distance, and even hilly landscapes, roads sometimes become difficult for emergencies. Is there any plan B once maybe the plane fails to deliver?
Well, you know, there are existing technologies and existing systems that Rwanda uses. They make deliveries over motorcycle and car and truck. The challenge is, as you point out, in the rainy season, it is very difficult for some of those cars and trucks and motorcycles to deliver blood as fast as it needs to be delivered. The benefit of this technology is that it's not dependent on roads. We completely bypass the roads altogether, and that allows us to get to the clinics and deliver blood very, very fast, which we hope will have a tremendous impact on how healthcare is delivered here in Rwanda.
Technology is useful, is very good, and Rwanda really is ahead of some other East African countries. But the software that you guys are using, don't you think, or aren't you worried that maybe one day it might be hacked and maybe causes trouble?
Well, you know, I think technology is not too different than any system. You always are constantly working to make sure that you are keeping your systems at top notch and ready and operational, and that's what we do every day. When there's a challenge, we address the challenge, but we've got a top-notch team here from the United States and from Rwanda working hand in hand to make sure that we're delivering the best healthcare possible.
How about people worried about their privacy, that maybe these drones might be having cameras that may expose their privacy?
That's a very great question. I think, yes, in other parts of the world, drones have a very different reputation. In many places, drones are known for military uses and military applications. And what's exciting about this is a drone that's meant to save lives. We want everyone to look at these drones as a friend because every time one of them is flying in the sky, it's on its way to help someone by delivering critical blood that they need.
Someone who is watching Rwanda television right now may ask himself, how much did this project cost so far?
Well, that's a great question. The way we like to look at it is, right now, we're able to make deliveries at about the same cost of using a motorcycle, but much faster and much more effective. As you point out, in the rainy season, the motorcycle might have a difficult time getting there. We will not. And so there's less waste in the system. We're always putting the blood to good use, and most importantly, we're getting medicine to people as fast as possible.
And how did you work together in partnership with these partners like UPS and Devi? What's their contribution in this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, UPS is one of the deliveries and how to move things from one place to another, not just locally, but across the world. Alliance. Few organizations in the world know as well as they do how you can do massive vaccination campaigns, how to help deliver critical medicine, and what they are going to do is look at the program here in Rwanda and study it and help make some recommendations on how we can expand the types of medicines that can be delivered by drone. And we hope that not only will that help Rwanda, but through Rwanda's work, it will provide an example for the rest of the world.
And how many people do you want to reach in Rwanda to save their lives?
Well,
in which period of time?
We would love to be able to, within the next year, put every one of Rwanda's 11 million citizens within access to life-saving medicine, if they need it.
What about the maintenance of these plans? Are you the ones who will be always here for the maintenance, or you'll be hiring some other experts or Rwandans?
Well, we already have.
Now it's landing.
Plane is coming in for a landing right
Wow,
now,
wow,
and you'll
wow.
see it catches on that hook.
Oh,
Boom!
good. Wow.
Do you see how fast that was?
And who controls that?
The plane controls it. The plane is robotic.
It's robotic.
It's flying. It's flying based on a computer program. So that plane is a robot.
Wow. Part of it, who controls the plane up?
Well, you see up there, up top is the control tower. That's where most of the flight operations take place. But all of the plane's flights and paths and routes are pre-programmed, and the plane knows exactly what to do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Justin. Thank you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Uwo ashinzwe kumenyekanisha ibikorwa by'uyu mushinga wa Zipline, bakaba rero ari ubwa mbere uyu mushinga rero utangiye ku isi wo gukoresha drone cyangwa se indege zidafite abapilote, aho rero
igikorwa kimaze gukorwa na
nyabutabazi cyangwa se amaraso ahantu hakenewe. Munyemere rero dukurikirane rero umuhango nyirizina, aho umukuru w'igihugu agiye gufungura ku mugaragaro rero iki gikorwa.
Republic of Rwanda. Thank you. Your Excellency, I'm Josephine Nyiranzeyimana. I work for the Ministry of Youth and ICT. On behalf of all organizers, it's a pleasure and honor to welcome you here on the first launch of the first project of drones for delivery of blood products. It's the first of its kind in the history of drone technologies. Now, His Excellency, please allow me to welcome the CEO of Zipline, Mr. Killer Rinaldo, to deliver his remarks.
Muraho, muraho. Mngaramotse. Marakoze kuza. Mngabonye indeje. So thank you all for coming. We're so excited and honored to be able to be here to celebrate with the government of Rwanda and His Excellency the first delivery ever, the first commercial delivery of medical products to a hospital. It's the start of what we hope will be a very long partnership, and a partnership that will lead the world in terms of showing how this technology can save lives. About a year and a half ago, we came, myself and Will, the CEO of Zipline, came to Rwanda not knowing what to expect. We came and met with members of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Chando, Dr. Swebu of NCBT, Minister Phil of MyICT, and we were immediately struck by how dynamic and smart and ambitious these leaders were. And they actually outlined what we thought was a very ambitious vision, which was to use autonomous vehicles to deliver blood to hospitals across the country in a way that would be an order of magnitude faster than we can deliver those things today. And a year and a half later, I can hardly believe where we are. We just saw the first delivery here on site. In an hour, we're going to do a delivery of blood to Kabgayi. Over the next few months, we're going to expand the service to all of the transfusing facilities across in the western half of the country of Rwanda. That will ultimately serve about 5 to 6 million Rwandans with access to emergency medical products when they need them. So, visavasha avargwaye kubona amaraso njihuse. So we're so excited. I don't want to spend too much time talking about how it works. I think you've probably seen how it works. But mufite ichibazo mngabaza. But later. One thing to realize about these vehicles is that they're designed to be as safe as general aviation aircraft. So not only are they extremely fast, they fly at a top speed of 130 kilometers an hour, but also they're 100% safe for people on the ground. And thanks to the hard work that we've done with the Director General of the RCAA and his incredible team, we have integrated with the Rwandan airspace to ensure that they're 100% safe to people flying in the sky. So it's safe for people on the ground, safe for other airplanes, and most importantly, every delivery is potentially saving a human life. So one thing that I'll mention quickly is today here on site. We were hoping to have 8, but there are 6 that are stuck in Ethiopia right now, and so they'll be arriving this weekend. So the fleet of Zips is growing from 2 to 8 this weekend, and then it will grow to 15 over time. So Agatinze. It suffices to say, we're really, really excited. Agatinze Kasaza. Forgetting it. Agatinze Kasaza ni Areño. Thank you. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you to the government of Rwanda for letting us be here. What we just saw is the first distribution center of its kind in the world. In the world. I get emotional just thinking about it because when I grew up, you read American history or European history, and over the last 100 years, countries like the US or Europe have really led the way in terms of technology, and slowly that technology has found its way to places like East Africa. And I think that that paradigm is changing. And I find that so inspiring and exciting because it is not the US who is leading the world in terms of showing how these vehicles can save lives. It is not Europe. It is this remarkable that's doing this. Uyu munsi Rwanda ni mugabwa mbere. And uyu munsi indi umunyamerika ka indi umunya Rwanda. So marakoze chane to all of you, mangaramotse. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. It's an honor to be here. Thank you all.
arakoze cyane umuyobozi wa Zipline mu ncamake ashimiye guverinoma y'u Rwanda ndetse n'abandi bafatanyabikorwa yishimira uburyo budasanzwe uyu mushinga washyigikiwe na guverinoma kandi uburyo butangaje watijwe imbaraga uyu munsi tukaba tuwutashye. Yongeye kandi gushima intambwe y'u Rwanda uko yabyivugiye ni mugabwa mbere kandi aturarikira ko ibyiza biri imbere agatinze kazaza na menyo ya ruguru mu bijyanye n'iri koranabuhanga. Munyemereye natumira Minisitiri w'Urubyiruko n'Ikoranabuhanga nawe akatugezaho ijambo yaduteguriye.
Your Excellency, Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mr. President, when you hosted Transform Africa in 2013 under the theme, The Future Delivered Today, many people wondered how. And then when you hosted the World Economic Forum on Africa last year, the same people wondered why now. Ladies and gentlemen, today is their answer. Use of drone and smart technologies more broadly responds to the question, how? But saving lives responds to the question, why now? Your Excellency, as we worked around the clock on this project, we learned that when the purpose is to put the people first, and when passion meets perseverance by the right partners, then what we saw as only a remote possibility became reality. And what many thought that was impossible or miraculous actually got delivered this morning. When these things come together, then potential turns into profit. And not only economic returns, but most importantly, benefits for the community and the planet. Mr. President, there is one thing here that we all have in common. We all believe in the power of technology when all these P's are present. The people, the purpose, the passion, the partnership, perseverance, planet, and profits. But there is only one person here in this room whose leadership can bring all these 7 P's together and promptly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite that person to take the stage. And then please join me as we welcome His Excellency President Paul Kagame to give us his remarks. Mr. President.
Madam Chair. Seems everything is P, then it is the President, it's Paul, it's, but today we have other letters, and that's K. Killer, Ronaldo, and of course we have Z. That is Zipline. So let me, Excellencies, senior officials here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, start by thanking all those involved in this important initiative, starting with our partner, Zipline. It was exciting to see that first drone officially take off. From the hills of where the team of Zipline comes from San Francisco to the hills of Rwanda. We are pleased to be working together on this innovative solution. This use of unmanned commercial drones to transport essential medical products is a milestone for Rwanda in many respects. The cutting-edge technology will enable us to bypass the challenges of existing modes of transport. But even more importantly, it demonstrates the possibility of transforming business many industries beyond healthcare. Rwanda has chosen to place information and communication technologies at the core of our development strategy because we recognize its power to change lives and contribute to the rapid socio-economic transformation we want, as we saw a few minutes ago. It starts with the right mindset to get things working properly, and we want to believe that good enough is no longer enough. We need to aim for the best, and I think we are in that good direction, going for the best as we have witnessed today. In this case, we are convinced of the value of this technology and the potential it holds for our future. This is why we are pleased to invest in it, and we are definitely going to invest more as quickly as we can, and are determined to make this work. Coming to this point has challenged our institutions to work together in new ways. This included putting in place relevant regulation to ensure safety and good management without hindering innovation. In order for us to gain the full benefit, we need to provide relevant education and training, as well as communicate to our citizens the importance of this new technology in the simplest ways they can be able to understand. This is all within our means. Rwandans have learned to embrace innovation, especially when it is clear that it can help us solve the challenges we face. This attitude has enabled us to overcome great odds in the last 22 years and makes us optimistic about how much more we can achieve by working together with good partners like the team of Zipline. I hope that this project will inspire more innovation and entrepreneurship in commercially viable technologies in our country. The aviation sector generally is becoming important for Rwanda. This is why, from drones to intercontinental passenger jets, we are investing in aeronautical technology. Once again, let me most sincerely thank you and your team of Zipline and the others in the room who have been very supportive in many other ways to the project, and for Rwandans who are eager to embrace this innovation and others that will follow. I wanted to say to all of you, thank you very much, and we are happy to work with the Zipline. Want to do more, want to do that faster, and want to do it in a way that Rwandans are going to be part of it in making it work, and work for them, and learn and be trained. And then that's all about, in fact, technology. Technology becomes relevant, meaningful, when it works for people and addresses the many challenges they face in different fields. So, to all partners and friends, once again, thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We are so grateful that you have joined us today. we hope this project is going to become a success, and we look forward to the continuous development of Rwanda through technology. Your Excellency, after this, we're going to have a group photo, and this marks the end of the ceremony. Protocol, mwadufasha, mukereka abashyitsi aho ifoto y'urwibutso iri bufatirwe.
ububiko bw'abanyamerika amaraso itwara aho ababitse uburyo aba yatunganijwe
ikaba rero
ndetse baza no
buri ndege
kumugeza
ishobora
aho
kuguruka
uburyo
kugeza
indege
ku
izamuka
metero
mu kirere
ijana mu muyaga cyangwa se mu mvura. Ikaba rero ino ndege ishobora rero cyangwa se ikaba nanone ibasha gutwara byibura ikiro kimwe n'igice cy'amaraso ahagije mu gutabara ubuzima bw'umuntu.
amaraso rero kabasha gutwara ni amaraso angana n'ikiro kimwe ko amaraso asanzwe abikora babonye ko ari amashashi nibura atatu
maze rero yagira aho itumye rero igasa ndege yaje cyangwa se ikayandikwa iri mu kirere aho ushinzwe ahita yakira iya maraso. Zipline rero ikaba ikora ingendo ziri hagati ya 50 n'ijana na 50 ku munsi. Ikaba rero ino ndege idafite abapilote ibasha rero ndetse
aho yahagurukiye ni naho ishobora kongera gusubira hasi kigiye mu kirere.
urugero ahangaha duhagaze
kandi twabonye ko
muri
twaganiraga n'abashinzwe uyu mushinga wa Zipline
iyi ndege ishobora gukoresha iminota itandatu yonyine kugira ngo
batubwiye ko rero San Francisco
u Rwanda rero rurateganya kwagura serivisi zo kugeza ibyangombwa by'ubuvuzi
hahandi wasanga ibitaro wenda byo Bushenge iyo za Rusizi cyangwa za Nyamasheke kure
itatu iri imbere. U Rwanda rero rurangaje rero isi gukoresha iri koranabuhanga mu rwego imihanda idakoze ndetse no kugeza ubutabazi bw'ibanze kuri miliyoni zisaga 11 z'abaturage batuye kino gihugu cy'u Rwanda. Umukuru w'igihugu rero utashye ku mugaragaro uyu mushinga ubaye bwa mbere ku isi ukaba rero ubaye mu Rwanda, akaba atangiye ashimira by'umwihariko Zipline
mu gihugu
no kugeza amaraso ku baturage hirya no hino, avuze ko kino kibazo n'uburyo bushya bwa tekinoloji buzanywe na Zipline bugiye gukemura ibibazo bya transport byari bihari umunsi ku wundi. Nanone umukuru w'igihugu akaba yagarutse ku bijyanye na kino gitekerezo kizima, ati igitekerezo kizima kije niwo musingi wo kugera ku ntego. Rero bazanye kino gitekerezo kizima, leta y'u Rwanda nacyo ikagiha umwanya, ati rero uyu ni umusingi muzima kugira ngo iterambere rikomeze ryiyongere binyuze mu ikoranabuhanga. None umukuru w'igihugu akaba yagarutse ku bijyanye no
bakurikiranira
umushinga wa Zipline ko igihugu cy'u Rwanda kizakoresha neza indege hafatanyijwe na RCA ubwo n'ibijyanye mu rwego rushinzwe kugenzura rero indege za gisivili mu kirere uburyo nta kibazo gishobora gutera. Akaba nanone bashimiye uburyo ki
nibyo koko reka dushimire itsinda
mu Rwanda cyangwa se gushinga imizi mu Rwanda. Umukuru w'igihugu nanone akaba yakomeye yavuze ko igihugu cyo guhindura ubuzima bw'abaturage. Murakoze gukorana natwe mu mwese mwakurikiye ibijyanye kuri televiziyo y'u Rwanda. Gahunda rero y'ahangaha Muhanga muri Shyogwe tukaba tuyisoreje ahangaha, ikaba ihumuje, aho rero ibiganiro byacu bikaba bigiye gukomeza muri studio. Murakoze gukorana natwe.